Welcome back to Daytime. Well, courtesy of the champion of the likes of high-profile people like Michael J. Fox, Parkinson's has definitely become part of our modern lexicon. It is still a disorder, a neurological condition that affects over 100,000 Canadians across the country, and there is an event upcoming this weekend that is a national initiative, but there are, in the Tri-City areas, a number of events that you can participate in, and I'm referring to the Parkinson's Super Walk happening both in Kitchener as well as Cambridge. Here to tell us more, Lisa Hallman as well as Susan Bridges. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks
now,
for having
now
us.
both of you are approaching this from kind of a different perspective. Lisa, yourself, you have two relatives that are currently living with Parkinson's disease, and Susan, you're actually part of an organization that provides care, Comfort Keepers. Lisa, maybe we'll start with you. Maybe you could describe for us specifically how Parkinson's affects people, knowing that it does affect people slightly differently, but maybe you could kind of take us through the basic symptoms of it.
Yep. Well, my father was a paramedic in Waterloo Region, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease about 10 years ago. So when he was first diagnosed, it was really hard for my family just to watch everything change for him. It's just, you have difficulty walking, just slowness of movement. You start to have tremors and just weakness and fatigue in general. So that was really hard to see when he was first diagnosed, but there is medication that's helped him over time, as well as exercise groups and support groups that we take him to, and it's helped him a lot over the past few years. And
again, there have been a lot of developments that help people manage Parkinson's, not outright, but manage at least on a day-to-day basis. And it's also important to note, too, that this is something outside of the physical effects that most people can visibly see, which is the tremors, the shaking, that sort of thing. There are other things, like I was surprised to hear, like depression, sleep disturbance, constipation, dizziness, cognitive impairment, all sorts of things that again kind of live below the surface. That just one other layer that makes make things difficult for someone living with Parkinson's.
Yeah, and I think just not being able to go to work anymore either, and it changes the family dynamic as well. So that's been really important for my whole family to just help my dad, and we work together to just help him through everyday challenges.
And this is an important thing to note. This is not just the person who is suffering with Parkinson's. This is something that is shared with friend and family members. And Susan, with a care providing organization like yours, this is something that helps kind of bridge some of the gaps that families themselves can actually.
As Lisa mentioned, kind of it's a little bit hard for families to be able to live their own lives, and then on top of it, take care of a family member. So we're able to provide home care support to those families for a little bit of assistance in managing with it. But we are here to talk today specifically about the Parkinson's walks that are coming up this weekend. They are in 87 sites across Canada.
Wow.
We are having one here. Lisa's going to be at the Kitchener one. I'm going to be at the Cambridge one. Kitchener this weekend, Lisa, is...
Yep, our Kitchener Super Walk is September 10th, starting at 9 a.m. in Victoria Park. We have some special guests coming from the federal government. We have Stephen Woodworth, and then it will also be hosted by Rogers Radio, the MC, and we have a live warm-up from Fitz Vanderpool. He's a local celebrity. And we'll just be having a lot of free prizes, and there's a band coming and some lunch too that you can have if you just stop by the park. Anyone can enjoy.
Wow. And again, there is a Cambridge event
Yep,
as well.
there's a Cambridge event this Sunday, which is the 12th. And what's going to be happening is at 12 o'clock is registration, and at 1 o'clock is the actual walk. Everyone is welcome to come out to it. We're having obviously different celebrities coming out as well, and local heroes, and lunch is provided. Donations can be made online, or they can be made at the day of the walk at the registration booths.
And this is an important thing to note, that if you can't necessarily participate in the walk yourself, please do contribute funds if you have them available, because outside of, obviously, we really want to try and find a cure, or at least even to continue to build on the management systems in play. But it's also important to note that as an organization, you guys also provide a lot of services on a daily basis that extend to both the people living with Parkinson's, but as well as their family members and caregivers.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we were talking off camera about the goal. And initially when I heard the number, I'm like, oh, because it sounds big, but really, I mean, you think across, with 87 sites, as you said, across the country, $3 million is not unattainable.
No.
No, really
not. We're looking for Cambridge to hopefully raise this year closer to $15,000 is what we're looking for.
Well, we kind of like a little bit of competition here, a little bit of fundraising slam down, if you will.
Kitchener-Waterloo's hoping to raise about $35,000. We're a little bigger, so hoping for $35,000 this year, and then $3 million nationally, as you said.
Fantastic. And again, this is something that hopefully we really can. Hopefully within the next 10 years or so, we can hopefully finally see an end to this, because it is a particularly dirty condition for those people living with it. And again, Lisa, to get back to your personal experience, I mean, it is something that over time is degenerative. It's something that, I mean, with management systems in play, it slows it down. But I mean, how's your describe a bit maybe your dad's personal journey with it? I mean, what is he communicating to you about his experience?
I think at first it was just a real shock to my family. Just he was very physical and he loved playing sports and was a paramedic, so that was just a shock when we saw his symptoms developing, the tremors and everything. He couldn't go to work anymore. But now he's part of a bunch of different support groups. He also goes to Wilfrid Laurier University, some of the studies they have. Dr. Almeida is trying to find a cure for Parkinson's disease, so that's helped him a lot. They have a lot of students just helping him and doing tests and studying. So those have helped, just trying to find a cure, and that gives us hope for the whole family.
And from what I understand too, I was listening to a radio documentary recently. I mean, they are getting closer and closer to identifying the specific genome that leads to Parkinson's. And kind of once they hit that marker, it's amazing how many other inflictions it will kind of help at least develop a clearer window of insight. So hopefully they'll be able to treat things like Alzheimer's and that sort of thing. So it's an important time, and you could always argue that it's always been important, but I think at this point in the game to raise those funds and hopefully we will see an end. And we do want to reinforce again the information, get people out participating, even if you can't be in the walk yourself, you know, whip out the wallet, write a check, and again, $3 million, let's surpass that.
Right? For sure.
Okay, so I'm going to throw to each of you, starting off with you, Susan. Cambridge.
Cambridge, this Sunday, 12 o'clock at Riverside Park. Coming out.
And the Kitchener-Waterloo Superwalk is in Victoria Park this Saturday at September 10th, and it's going to be starting at 9 a.m. with the walk starting at 10:30.
Comfortable shoes necessary.
Yes.
But again, if you do want to find out more, parkinsonsuperwalk.ca for more information. We have it up on screen right now, and you can find a way to participate yourself. And again, like we said, hopefully in the not too distant future, see an end to Parkinson. To you both, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. I'll be interesting a bit of follow-up to see how we did there.
That'd be great.
Very, very exciting. All right. Thank you. More daytime to come, so stay with us.